Yes, yes. Now, okay. Yes, yes. Yes. Uh, okay. Yes. Listen here, to all of you, dear students. Today, so we are going to discuss about the pteridophytes. So, what is the meaning of pteridophytes? Yeah, this is a advanced group of entire the cryptograms. The first point, that is in entire the cryptograms, that is in advanced group. So generally we know very well the cryptograms are divided in three categories, that is of Thylophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta. Okay. Pteridophyta, it is the last group. Pteridophyta, it is a advanced group of entire the cryptograms. That's why here we are saying this is in advanced group of plants. Okay. Here now you see we are saying just a little general characters of pteridophytes. The pteridophytes are constitute group of seedless vesicular plants. This point is most important. Okay. Here this of in seedless vesicular plants. Okay. And means these plants are not produced to the seeds. That's why we call this is in seedless plants. And they're also called in vesicular cryptograms. So all the cryptograms are non-vesicular plants except of pteridophytes, it is in vesicular plants. So what is the meaning of in vesicular? Vesicular means here we are looking two type of the cells. One it is in xylem, second one that is in phloems. Both together we call that is in vascular systems. Okay, that's why this system we are looking from the pteridophytes. That's why so we are studying the vasculars. We are studying in vascular system from the pteridophytes. That's why. So here too, in all the higher plants, in all the plants, so we are saying that is in vascular plants, vascular systems, both together. Steel is there. Yeah, that's why vascular plants we here. And next one, the possesses vascular tissues are produced by to the spores. Here the reproductive organs are main structure is there, that is of in spores is this. Yes, in already you know very well the older classification, the vascular cryptograms were treated as a division called of Pteridophyta under sub kingdom of cryptogamy. The reproduction by the spores is based of placing pteridophytes under that is in cryptograms. So already we know very well that is often bryophytes and pteridophytes and gymnosperms are all together. We call that is often archegoniates. Archegoniates because the presence of archegonium in all these groups of plants, in all group of the plants. Whenever we are studying to all the reproduction systems. So, you know, all these groups which the reproduction system is contained, that's of archegonia. Okay, archegonia in all the group of these plants. Yeah. So, and one more name is that is of Tracheophyta. So, this name is proposed of Synonaut. Okay, to include all the vascular plants, pteridophytes and spermatophytes. You see how many names is there? Archegoniates is there, Tracheophyta is there, and Spermatophyta, which the spores are produced because that is in Spermatophyta. So in all the groups of in archegoniates, all the groups of in these are all the pteridophytes and gymnosperms before the bryophyta, all groups together we call that is in archegoniates. Means the sexual reproduction system is the presence of that is of archegoniums. Okay. Yes. So next show, the pteridophytes consist of most primitive group of plants. Yeah, some of the fossil record also we are looking in this one. Yeah. Yes. So now you see here I am showing this is the one plant, and next now I am sharing general characters of pteridophytes. Okay. Now you see here this is of general characters of pteridophytes. Now we are going to discuss about. Yeah. Here now you see The pteridophytes are primitive and land vascular plants. First point. Okay. Yes. Before going that one, in all the pteridophytic plants, okay, the Pteridophyta, the second division of subkingdom in Embryophyta. Embryophyta, Bryophyta, and Tylophyta. We are not saying the embryo plants. We are not produce embryo. The zygote is directly produced to a new plant. From here to, we are saying it's not a true embryo, but embryo like labradorindron, embryo like structures is there. That's why we are saying this of an embryophyta. Okay. Yes. So here I'm sharing some of the general characters. Pteridophytes are primitive land vascular plants represented by both fossil species. Okay. Most of the pteridophytes are terrestrials, means are occurrence of the habit. These are all the pteridophytic plants, first land plants. Okay, here they are saying that is often first land plants. Okay, Bryophyta, algae is also land plants, but these pteridophytic plants, it comes to outside the water. Bryophytic plants and which one that is often tylophytic plant. These are all the plants are looking in only where the water. Okay, where the water. Without water, these plants are not looking. From this pteridophyte, it comes to outside the water, outside the water. That's why. So we are saying here these plants are first land plants. Okay, first land plants. And also one more important point is there. We are saying here it is in botanical snakes. Mean these are all the plants you are looking like long petiole or long stem is there, long petiole, long stem is there. Above this area, we are looking the leaf-like structure. That's why we are saying here it is botanical snakes. And you see, these are all the plants are growing very luxuriantly. These plants are growing very luxuriantly cool, damp, shady places. Some of the species flourish well open dry situations. For example, that is often Selaginella and Equistems. Some few of the pteridophytes are aquatic, that is often Azulla and Salvinia. Okay, and some of the plants are epiphytic plants. Okay, that is often Lycopodium plants. So all the living pteridophytes are herbaceous except few of the plants are woody. Okay. So all the pteridophytic plants are first land plants in spite of. Okay. So these are all the plants are looking. Some of the plants are it is in aquatic plants. Some of the plants are dry situations. Some of the plants are epiphytic plants. Some only one or two species it is in woody plant is there. Okay. Yes. So next now you see here the plant body. First of all, plant body. Yeah, here I'm sharing one more that one. This is the plant. This is the plant. Okay. The plant body of all the pteridophytes is a diploid sporophyte. Diploid sporophyte. So before means in Bryophyta, we are saying gametophytic stage is there and sporophytic stage is there. Two type of generations is there. Two type of generations, gametophyte and sporophyte. But there, sporophyte depending on the gametophyte. Okay, so gametophyte are produced to which one that is often gametes. From from here, the pteridophytes, the plant body it is in sporophytic plant body. This is most and most important point in all the pteridophyte plants. Okay, plant body it is a pteridophytes diploid sporophyte to develops from the zygote. Yeah, next point means in all the from here to we are saying all the sporophytic plants. Pteridophytic plant body, it is in sporophytic plants. Yes, so next point. Sir, these sporophytic plant bodies differentiated into root, stem, and leaves. These three is most important points here. Okay. Sporophytic plant body can be differentiated into three categories. Okay, one it is in root system, second one that is in stem system, and third one that is in leaves is this. You see here in bryophytic, the sporophytic plant body, fruit, seta, capsules. After the development, so when you are coming in this group, the fruit is modified as a root system, seta is modified as a stem system. Okay, so next systems, not capsule, next system is modified as a other different type of the systems. Yeah, sporophyte generations. So next point. Yes, so next point here, the embryonic root is a very short duration. So it dies soon and is replaced by the that is often permanent adventitious roots arising from the base of the stem or from the nodes and aerial stems. These plant body differentiated three categories. One, it is in root systems. So these are all the systems are coming from where means after the fertilizations, embryo. Okay. So embryonic system, there is that embryonic system is produced to first one that is of in root systems. Okay. And next one that is of in you see adventitious means the roots we are looking here where it is this one. Here it is in a root like structure. You see now here this of in a root system is there. Root systems. Yeah. Okay. So next one. The branching of root is either monopodial and dichotomous. So for example, this is the root systems. So this root systems from above here we are looking. Okay. Which one that is of monopodials. So what is monopodials? So for example, this is the plant system. So here we are looking only one hind is this. This one hind, only single section is there. That is in monopodial systems. Here that is in monopodials. So what is the meaning of in dipodial or polypodial means the branches are coming more than one, more than two systems, that is often polypodials. So but here it is in monopodial. The development always it is in dichotomous. The root systems are showing of dark arrangement of xylem and steels. Okay, in the root systems, okay, it is dark. So there you are looking xylem and phloems. Xylem and phloem is there both together. That is often vascular systems. Okay, this is the root systems. The xylem is contained. So the root is contained xylem and phloems. Next, the stem of the pteridophytes is showing of great variation in their from size. Okay, so the stem into which one that is of nodes and internodes is this. Okay, nodes and internodes. The stem may be horizontal. You see here I am showing this one is horizontal and erect, spiral in roots, rhizomatous stems. The leaves arise from the upper side. Some forms of stem that is often arborescent, growing up to 10 to 15 meters height. 10 to sometimes you are looking 15 meters height. Here, yes, the creeping horizontal stem may be subterranean or that is of aerial or epiphytic. Means here, it's already these plants. It is some of the members. It is in epiphytic plant is there. Some of the members that is in some member that is of aquatic plant is there. So different type of the sections is there. That's why we are looking. So members of an epiphytic is there. Okay. So the development, that is a branching, maybe dichotomous development. The vascular systems, the stem is variant, different species, steel ranges of protosteel, and second, that is of in protosteel to polycyclic. Here now you see the vascular stem is composed of both xylem and phloem. The steel may be protosteel. Here, these pteridophytic groups are contain two type of the steels. So one it is in protosteel, second one that is of in siphonosteels. Two type of the steels is there. Protosteels means primitive. Okay. Second one siphonosteel, this is of an advance. So this protosteel again it is divided. Later we will discuss in that one. Okay, how many types of protosteel is there? General. So these pteridophytic plants are contain two type of the steel seeds. Okay, so and these xylem consist of tracheids only when the phloem is made up of sieve tubes. Xylem is contains xylem is consist of tracheids like structures is there. Tracheids is there xylem. So when we are studying in the phloem, that is often sieve tubes is there, sieve tubes. Okay. The vessels have been reported some of the members. That is example of in Selaginella and next one that is in Equisetum plant. Secondary development is absent and majority of the living representative. So only that is of an isotis. So here we are looking that is secondary development. This is the vascular systems. The vascular systems are most important in this group. Okay. So here the vascular systems is composed of both hello ఏంటమ్మా చెప్పు క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాను తర్వాత మాట్లాడు క్లాస్ క్లాస్ విను ఆన్లైన్లో క్లాస్ విను ఆన్లైన్ క్లాస్ అయినాక మాట్లాడతాను here now you see this is of in vascular systems, maybe protosteel, okay, and second that is of in siphonosteels. So here protosteels are, some books are given 4 types, some books are given 3 types, okay, actophilic, endophilic, amphiphilic. Our next one is of in siphonosteels. That is of in solenosteel of dictyosteel. This is of steel. We will discuss what is the steel, how the steel later we will next one. So here the leaves may be simple and it's of in minute of sessile, lycopodium of petiolate, and megaphyllus as in the member of that is of in filsens. Yeah, yes. So next now you see here the leaves are, so the leaves may be two kinds of basis of their size from the constructions. The leaves may be microphyles. This is most important point. With an unbranched vein running from base to apex. For example, that is of Selaginella and the next that is of Lycopodium. The leaves may be scale-like and non-photosynthetic plant or non-photosynthetic leaves also is there. That is of examples. So here you see uh, microphyles, microphyllous. Okay, micro means so small types of spores is contained in that leaves because that is of microsporophylls. In the friends of leaves of megasporophylls, microsporophylls and megasporophylls is okay. The lamina may be simple, compound. The young leaves are friends except of Sarcinet variations, where that is of in Marsilia. So this is the leaf structures of in pteridophytic groups. Okay, and one more point is there here. The leaves track of megasporophylls are associated with the defined leaf caps. The mesophyll shows differentiation into palisade and next one that is often spongy tissues. So this is the leaves is this. Okay, the root system, stem system, and leaf systems. Once again, this is this plant body. It is a sporophytic plant body. Pteridophytic plant body. It is a sporophytic plant body. Sir, these sporophytic plant body can be differentiated into three categories. One, it is in root system, stem system, leaf systems. The roots, it is the adventitious roots is there. So there you are looking in vascular systems is there, xylem phloem is there. Above the root we are looking stem system is this. Okay, this stem it is erect, long 10 to sometimes you're looking 15 centimeters also is there. The stem is contain the leaves. Okay, so here microsporophylls is there and megasporophylls is this. Okay, which contain the spores that is in micro. Second one that is of in megasporophylls. Okay, yes. So next now you see here uh, what type of reproduction system. What type of reproduction system we are looking in pteridophytic groups. So here we are looking that is of vegetative reproduction system, general vegetative reproduction system, and asexual reproduction system, and next one that is in sexual reproduction system is this. But here, so these plants reproduce asexual by means of spores. Sporophyte produces spores which may be homospores and heterospores. This is most important point here. Asexual reproduction system in pteridophytic groups by the spores means the sporophytic plant body. The sporophytic plant body is produced to the spores. Okay, the sporophytic plant body is produced to the spores. So these spores are, how many types is there? Two types. One it is in homospores, second one that is in heterospores. Two type of the spores is there. Homospores, for example, this is in Lycopodium, and second one that is of in Equisetums. And where that one there is of heterospores. The heterospores are Selaginella, and the next one that is of in Marsilia. Okay, asexual reproduction system by the spores. Here now you see here the reproduction is through spores which are formed in sporangia. Sporangia develops either on the ventral surface of axil leaves. Leaves or being sporangia are called sporophyll. This is the most important. You see, listen here. The spores are produced in sac-like structure is called sporangia. Okay, sporangias is this, which contain the spores. Okay, leaves are bearing the sporangia are called sporophylls. Phylls means leaves. Sporo, which leaves are contain the spores, we call that is sporophylls. Okay, yes. So next, yes, these sporangia are born either on sporophylls or in the axil of the leaves. The sporophylls along with the sporangia may be scattered throughout the vegetative parts of the plant, may be restricted, which varies a terminal part. Okay. Many cases they form distinct compact spores producing a region called the strobilus or cones. This is most important point here. So you see here, this is the sporophylls. Sporophylls, other leaves are different, sporophylls are different. Which leaves are contain the spores, that is in sporophylls. Okay, so particularly one place which contain the sporangia, all group of sporangias we call that is in, okay, so sporophylls, sporophylls. Yes. So next now here one more name is there, that is of in strobules and cones, where it is in here I am sharing now, you see here this one. Okay, so here we are looking that one cone like structures is there, group of sporophylls. See, one sporophyll, two sporophyll, three sporophylls, four, five. Group of sporophylls are contains cones, cones here, sporophylls, which contain the spores, that is of in sporophylls, that is of sporophylls. And now here it is in sporangiums. Yeah. Yes. So next point here, all together we call that is in cones. In some of the forms are sporangia bearing the special stalk-like structures is there. So these stalk-like structures is called of sporangiophores. Sporangium. Okay, sporangium is contained when a stalk-like structure is there. So these are arranged in roll on the axis of the strobules. For example, that is in equisetum plant. So these sporangia in some case may be produced within bivalved specialized structures is there, that is in sporocarp, sporophylls is there, sporangium is there, sporocarp is there. In advance, when you are studying in Marsilia, so there you are looking in sporocarp. Okay. Yes. Next point. The sporangia are usually born in group of sori, either on the margin or on the abaxal surface of the leaves. Okay, so there is no distinction between fertile and where one that is often sterile leaves. In some of sporangia bearing leaflets are much reduced, which one that is of size and quite different from the sterile leaflets. For example, that is in osmunda. Okay, so some sporangia is united into that is of syringiums. For example, that is of Meritia. In the shape of sori, by the circular round-like structures is this, and the sori of main three types is there, based on the development sporangia on sources. Okay, there is often simple spores is there, basipetal source is there, and mixed source is there. Okay, yes, all the sporangia source develop simultaneously and all of mature together. That is of in simple source is there. For example, here it is in osmunda. And second, that is of in basipetal source. Basipetal source means here the placenta of the receptacle or long and almost it is in that is cylindrical structures. The sporangia develop in a basipetal manner. The older sporangia is at the top and the receptacle, and the younger sporangia are at the base. Okay. So next one, that is of in mixed sporangias. The sporangia of different ages are which one that is of in intermixed in the some source and shows no variation of regular arrangement. The sporangia usually have long stalk and vertical annulus. Such source is found in majority of living ferns. So this is the three types of development is there. Sorry, development of in and Pteridophytic groups is this. Yes, so here these sporangium, wait a second. Okay, here now you see this one, almost 4 centimeters of heterosporangia. This one, the sporangia development takes place either form group of superficial cells, and second there is a single cell is there. Some books are given to this. There is a simple source also is there. Group of means, for example, this is the plant. Okay, so from here we are looking at one development. These development are coming entire the one group sections, group of superficial cells. Okay, so these the development are coming entire the sections. So for these development is coming in only particularly one cell, either this one or either this one, whatever it may be, that is. Okay, that is of a single cell is there. So here this sporangia development are two types is there. So that is of eusporangiate, and next one that is of leptosporangiate is this. Eusporangiate and leptosporangiate. So what is the leptosporangiate? Already I told what is the eusporangiate development. Group of superficial initial cells is known as sporangial initial cells. Group of cells or entire the development are coming from one group. So that is of eusporangiate. Yeah. So next one that is of second one leptosporangiate. So already you know very well leptosporangiate. The leptosporangia develops from in a single this one here, single super initial cell is there. For example, is of Marsilia. So that is of leptosporangia, and here next one that is of eusporangia, two types of the development. Yeah. So this is the development of sporophyte. Yeah. Next, now we are going to the gametophyte. Yes, already you know very well the gametophyte. Okay. So generally the spores, the spores are the spores represent the first cell of the gametophyte generations. The sporophytic plant body produces spores. The spores are germinated gametophytic stage. Okay. So this gametophyte is coming from the spores. That's why this gametophytic, which one is the first one? Spores are first one. That's why the spores are represents the first cells of the gametophytic stage. Okay. Yes, here the gametophyte is relatively, it is a conspicuous and very much reduced. See here, the bryophytic plants, the gametophyte are sporophytic. Sporophytic are gametophyte. Alternation of generation is this. So their gametophytic, okay, produces sporophytic plant. But here what happens? The gametophyte, it is a short, short and reduced gametophytic stage is there. So generally, the gametophytes are two types is there. Gametophytes are in two types. So here now see which one this of the gametophyte is a quite independent stage from the sporophytic, maybe autophytic or saprophytic, partially antophytic, and partially sporophytic. It is markedly of dissimilar from the sporophyte. Okay, so the gametophytic body is known as prothallus, which is the development from the haploid spores. Yes, now we are giving the detail about in this one. The gametophyte develops from the homospores, grow upon the soil surface, and from the independent plants. Such gametophyte is known as exosporic gametophyte. Okay, exosporic gametophytic is this. Gametophyte, it is an independent plant. Yeah, so this is in exosporic. What is exosporic? Exo means, you see here, when the spores comes to outside the sporangia, when goes to the spores or the soil, okay. So when the taking food material from the soil in spores, the spores are germinated. Spores are germinated one type of the structures, germinated to new generations. That is in gametophyte. So here, these spores Homospores are grow upon the soil surface from the independent plant. So these are all the development we call that is in exosporic generations. Exosporic generations. Second one, quite opposite. What is the quite opposite? That is of endosporic generations. Endosporic gametophytic generation. So here, what is the endosporic gametophytic generations? The gametophytes develops from the microspores and megaspores. First one coming in only one spores, homospores. But here what happens? Gametophyte develops from two types of the spores, megaspores and macro. That's why. So here we are saying this is of an endosporic gametophytes. Okay. So but they live on the food deposited in the spores. One it is in exosporic gametophyte. Second one that is in endosporic gametophyte. Yes. So now you see here, sir, these exosporic gametophyte are typically delicate, thin thallus, and is commonly called of prothallus. Prothallus. This is the most important point in short question purpose. So prothallus means these exosporic plant bodies. Okay, so it is a very uh, delicate. Is a very delicate is this. Okay, so these produce to one vegetative structures is the when the comes to outside the this thallus we are saying that is in prothallus. So most of the vascular cryptograms are exosporic. Gametophyte grows of exposed to light and remain attached to the ground numerous rhizoids. Okay, this is the spores. So these spores are produced to the gametophyte, some vegetative structures that is often prothallus. Prothallus. Okay, from below part it is produced to the rhizoids. So these rhizoids, green is numerous rhizoids is there. They are green in color or prepare their food by photosynthesis. So these rhizoids are meant for the fixations and absorption. What is the main function that is of water? Example of ecosystem and fence. In some, exosporic gametophytes are divided from chlorophyll and subterranean in habit. They depend upon the endophytic fungus that is often endophytic fungi for nourishment. For example, it is in Lycopodium plant. So this is the gametophytic generation is there. So here now you see the gametophytic quite independent stage from the sporophyte may be autophytic or saprophytic or partially antophytic. The partially saprophytic, it markedly dissimilar from the sporophyte. So lot of variation is the sporophyte and gametophytic. So gametophytic body is known as prothallus, which is developed from the haploid spores. Yes. The prothallus, it is a multicellular which bear the sex organs archegonia and antheridia. This is the most important. When the spores are produced one type of the structures, that is the gametophyte. So these gametophytes are germinated, produced to the sexual reproductive organs. So that is in one it is in archegonia and second one that is in antheridia. Okay, sex organs. The gametophyte prothallus bear the sex organs antheridia and archegonia. So we know the antheridia that is a male reproductive organ, archegonia that is in female reproductive organs. They are similar in structures to those of which one we are already completed, that is a Bryophyta. Almost all similar structures is this. That's why this is a little bit advanced. So the exosporic gametophytes, the sex organs are it is in monoecious plant, monoecious is there, and second that is of endosporic gametophytes are that is in dioecious is this. Okay, yes. Next now you see here this one. One it is in Antheridia, second one that is of in Archegonia. Okay. Yes, the sex organs are embedded from the projectings. Yes. So next now you see how the development of an Antheridia. So what is the structure of an Antheridia? Okay. Yes. Antheridia. The Antheridia may be embedded. The sex organs may be embedded in the projectings. Means the Antheridia may be embedded either role or part of in this gametophyte. In this gametophyte. Okay. So the former or the embedded type, which one that is of in lycopodium, and selaginella, and other part that is of equistems. Okay. It is of in projecting type. Projecting type. Yes, the maturity Antheridia with a spherical structure that is of sterile jacket includes group of where one that is of male reproductive organs is there, that is of androcytes. Each androcytes give rise to single motile antherozoids. Okay, so this is the structure of an antherozoids, antheridiums. So once again now you see here, sir, these antheridia it is embedded in the entire the part of gametophyte. Sir, our hand is in gametophyte. So here, okay, embedded inside the gametophyte, there you are looking in male reproductive organs. Okay, so it is have spherical structures is there, sterile jacket layer is there. Inside there we are looking in reproductive organ that is in androcytes is there, male reproductive organs. Yeah, next one, archegonia. So already you know very well. Each archegonia is a flask-shaped structure is there, consisting is the base. Flask means is a swollen-like structure is there, embedded part of the venter short projecting neck. The venter encloses where the egg cells and venter canal cells. Venter canal cells is there, neck canal cells is there, and cover cells is there. Sir, these are all the entire the structures where I am showing here the reproductive organs. Just wait, I am sharing the reproductive. Yeah, this is a cone-like structure. We'll discuss in the next one. This is a gametophytic stage. Prothallus is there. Gametophytic stage is there. The plant is there. So now yeah, this is a spores is there. Two type of the spores is there. Okay. Yes. So now we have this of in archegonias. Yeah. Female reproductive organ, same flask shaped structure is there. Venter canal cells and neck canal cells and cover cells. Inside the venter canal cells, there we are looking to that is of in egg cells is there. So antherozoids, after the development, antherozoids are comes to outside the antherial chambers and it goes to get the female reproductive organs. Okay. So after both together, formation of fertilization. Fertilizations takes place in the presence of water, the fusion of male gamete and the egg restore the diploid chromosomes number and result in the formation of zygote. After the fertile formation of zygote. Here, so this zygote is modified. Now you see here. Here the gametophyte are exosporic and homospore species, while the endosporic in heterospore forms. Okay, it is completed. So where is essential for the fertilization of the diploid zygote formed that is of archegonial venture after the fertilizations. The development of zygote is nourished of prothallus tissues. Zygote develops into sporophyte. Alternation of generations. Yeah, here this is of zygote. This point is most important. So this zygote, okay, the zygote develops into embryo. Zygote is goes to modified. Zygote is next generation is produced to the embryo type. From here to we are showing that as embryo. That's why from here to pteridophytes or gymnosperms, other all together we call that as embryophyta. From here to you are showing in embryology. From here to you are showing in embryo structures. Okay, that is of an embryo. This embryo may be endosporic, where the apex of embryo direct inwards the gametophytic tissues. Okay, the exosporic, in which the apex of the embryo is directed towards the neck of archegoniums. Yes, so this of the embryo denotes the future segments of the sporophyte. Okay. This embryo, it is goes to next generations. Embryo is the initial part, which one that there is a sporophytic generations. The epibasal tiers of the embryo gives rise to the short apex and the first leaf. The fruit arise from the hypobasal tier, the super, that is of suspensor, push the embryo deep inside the gametophyte. The root may be arise from the epi and hypobasal of the embryos. So this is the embryo structures, means alternation of generations. Zygote, so this zygote is produced to the next generations. Which one that is of in sporophytic generations? You see, spores, spores and gametophyte, and gametes and sporophyte. Sporophyte are spores. So alternation of generations. So here, this is the a little bit general characters of uh, that is of pteridophytes. And here, some of the most important point is this. So what is the relationship between bryophytes and pteridophytes? Before going that one, sir, these are all the pteridophytic groups are coming from the bryophyte. Somebody saying that's why. What is the similarities in bryophytes and which one that is of pteridophytes? Here now you see all the bryophytic groups and in all the pteridophytic groups are terrestrial habitats. First point. Second point. So the sporophytes of Psilotes, okay, the sporophyte of Psilotelis and rootless and leafless, but the Xylotum are similar to the bryophytes. Bryophyte also, whatever you are completing the bryophytic structure, same type of the structure you are also studying in this one. This is one of the similar characters. And next, the development of embryo after the fertilizations. Similar, whatever you are studying in the Bryophyta, same type of the study Antheridia and Archegonia is there. Okay, but this is also one similar structure is there. Yes, so structure of Archegonia is fundamentally almost all similar in Bryophytic groups. Okay, so the egg cells are protected by the layer of sterile cells. Egg cells are protected on layer-like structures. Antheridia consists of single layer jacket enclosing where the group of antherozoids in mother cells. Okay, so that is of next antherozoids are also here also we are looking that of ciliated antherozoids. So water is most important when these are all the plants are going to reproduction systems. If there is no water, these plants are not going to the reproduction systems. So pteridophytic are also same. Both characters are same. The sexual reproduction system, it is a ogamous type. Okay. The both groups are possessors. Both groups are possessors. That is a heteromorphic alternation of generation with same expression is there. Some variation is there, but both are alternation of generation is there. Structures of sporangium and development spores are similar into the both groups. Yes. Here now you see one of the table is there. Plant body is a sporophytic plant body. Bryophytic plant are also sporophytic plant body. The plant body is well differentiated into root and stem and leaf, but here this is a thyloid, bryophytic groups, it is a thyloid structure is there. Sporophyte is independent, but in bryophytic groups are depending on the gametophyte. Okay, this is a differ. The similarities, these are all the character of differentiators. Sporophyte is well equipped with central vascular systems in pteridophytic groups. There, so there is no vascular systems is there. So that's why this is a special group of pteridos or in cryptograms. Okay, yes. So after the pteridophytic groups, the gymnosperms. This is intermediate positions, bryophyte and gymnosperms. That's why some of the characters are gymnophytic characters is there. Some of the characters are the bryophytic characters. But similar characters are that is differs is there. And what is the already you know very well what is gymnosperms. Okay. So where the naked we call that is a gymnosperms. The sporophyte is well developed and possessing distinct conducting tissue systems, both groups. So this is same characters. So when you are studying in the gymnosperms, okay, the sporophyte it is a well developed and good conducting tissue. Xylem and phloem is there, but here also we are looking. And vascular tissue system, xylem and phloem is mechanical elements are required for the conducting water and food materials. Okay, there also it is same is there. Heterospores. Heterospores of pteridophytes are resembles to gymnosperms. So there are also like heterospores here, but here also like heterospores. Fins are similar to which one that is of psychedelis. Psychedelis possessing compound leaves and which one that is of sarsenet. What is sarsenet variation? Later we'll discuss that one. Sarsenet variations. Phloem lack the companion cells in both groups. Okay. Both groups lacks of vessels in xylem, except only netalis. This is the most important thing. Except it is of so these are all the similar characters of gymnosperms. That's why, sir, these pteridophytic groups are coming from the gymnosperms. Okay, these pteridophytic groups are coming from the bryophytic groups. Whatever it may be, that is it. But what is the differ characters? Okay. Yes. Now you see here, sir, gametophyte generation is partially independent. But here, when you are looking, when you are studying in the gymnosperms, so that is a reduced and dependent on sporophyte. Okay, so comparatively, the gametophyte is totally reduced. Totalities of reduced. Yeah. Next point. Root system are premature and less developed, but here the gymnosperms root system are well developed. Well developed, which provide the better encourage to plant pot of efficient supply from soil nutrients. Okay. The spores are in situ so the spores are germinate in situ conjugations in situ. The megaspores of retained of in megasporangiums. Okay. The secondary growth generally is absent, but here the secondary growth is commonly present these days. So the seed habit is not prominent, but can be interdependent in some groups. The seed habitat is dominant. Okay. Anthrozoids are multiflagellate is there in the pteridophyte. The anthrozoid that is gymnosperm that is non-flagellate is this. Yeah, next point. The motile sperms reaches the egg through neck canals of Archegonia. We call that is of zoidogamy. Zoidogamy. The fertilization affected by the pollen tube that is of siphonogamy. Yeah. Archegonium possesses neck canal cells and venter canal cells. Okay. Archegonium lack of neck canal cells and venter canal cells. So where that the gymnosperms. The mostly herbaceous plant, more the so mostly that of herbaceous plants. So this is a dissimilars of gymnosperms. But whatever it may be, some of the characters, whatever you are studying, whatever you are absorbing in gymnosperms, Similar characters we are studying in pteridophytic groups. Yeah, yes. So this is a similar character and different characters. And some of the abnormalities we are looking in pteridophytic groups. So what is abnormality? Here, apogamy. What is the meaning of in apogamy? Okay, gamy means together. Apo, without. What is without here? You see, the development of sporophyte is directly from the gametophyte. Okay, without involvement of sex organs and gametes is called apogamy. Apogamy without involvement of sex organs, we call that is in apogamy. So these structures that develop sporophyte in these processes, in this sporophyte in this process will possess the same chromosome number as that sporophyte. That is applied number. This was first reported by, so that is of Farlow in 1974. That is of Terrace. It's commonly seen of that is of Adiantum, Asmenda, whatever it is, that is of. But here, what is the meaning of apogamy? Without involvement, sex organs. Okay, the gametes is called of apogamy. And one more point is there, so that is of in apospory. So what is the meaning of in apospory? The development of gametophyte from the vegetative parts of sporophyte without involvement spores. Similar, this is in also, but that is in gametes, but this is in spores. Okay, so the development of gametophyte from the vegetative part of the sporophyte without the involvement of spores is called apospory. The developed gametophyte in this process will contain the diploid chromosome number as that of sporophyte. This was first reported by the during 1884. Yeah. Okay, that's of an apogamy and apospore. One more is there. That is of parthenogenesis. What is the meaning of parthenogenesis? This phenomena in which the development of embryo from the egg without fertilizations. Without fertilization is called parthenogenesis. Common in algae, fungi, bryophytes, whereas the rarely seen of leptosporangiate form that is of in Algae, that is of in Salmonella species. This was first reported by the farmer in 1907. So this is of three types is there, that is of a little bit apogamy, abnormalities of pteridophytic groups, apogamy, that is of apospory, and next one that is of parthenogenesis. Yeah, yes. So next, now you see here, and we are going to that one. Next one, not classifications. Before the classifications, so we are going to the life cycles. Later we'll discuss in the classifications. So first, life cycles are how many types is there? Okay. The typical life cycle of pteridophytic, that is of regular alternation of generation is there. Gametophyte, it is in a sexual is there. Sporophyte, it is in asexual stage is there. Okay. Gametophyte, sporophyte, alternation of generations. The gametophyte is produced to the sexual reproductive organs, and next one sporophyte, it is in asexual reproductive organs, means spores are. So there you are looking cones and spores. Here it is in gametes are is there. In Bryophyta, in Bryophytic group, the gametophyte phase is a dominate in the life cycles, and sporophyte is depending on the gametophyte. But by the contrast of gymnosperms and angiosperms, the gametophytic generation is reduced and dependent on the sporophyte. The pteridophytes with in intermediate position of characterized by the free living gametophyte and sporophytic generation. This is the most important. So when you are studying in gymnosperms, their sporophytic is dominant stage. Gametophyte it is in short-living plants. Short-living plants. Bryophytic, depending on gametophyte and sporophytic generations is there. But here is a this intermediate position means pteridophytic and gymnosperm. That's why free living gametophyte and next generation sporophytic generation is this. Yeah, next point. The sporophyte is in the dominant generations. It become independent. The gametophyte is of attained much greater size. Here the sporophyte it is independent plant, but the gametophyte is a short-living plant. Yeah. The gametophyte is increase or life size, so that is of increase or everything is size are very less is there. Yes. So the sporophyte organized into root, stem, and leaves, and initially the show differentiated in vascular elements also is there. This elaboration confer on the sporophyte the potentials to survive under wide range of environmental conditions. Okay. Yes. So next, now you see here the sporophyte plant develops which one that is sporangias is there. The sporophytic plant develops the sporangias and which are diploid spore mother cells are sporocytes is there. Sporocytes is there. Each spore mother cells divides by the metatic divisions from the haploid spores is there. The spore germinate to give rise to haploid gametophytes, so which have no conducting tissues is there. In gametophyte, there is no conducting tissues. Sporophyte is there is often conducting tissues. The gametophyte is meant for producing sex organs and later fertilization result that is often synagamy. The synagamy that is often restores the diploid chromosomes and next one diploid chromosome numbers. The zygote undergoes of embryogeny and ultimately develops as the sporophyte. Okay. So the majority of pteridophytes, spores are produced where one that is of sporangia or on one type such plant is said homospores. Example that is in Lycopodium. These spores are germinate to produce exosporic gametophyte from the same kind. These gametophyte are small, conspicuous in the bear's male and female sex organs, where that is of monoecious. So our next one, the male gametes are produced in large number of within the antheridia. Okay, the female gametes egg is generally born singly within the which one that is of in archegoniums. The fertilization takes place in the presence of water. The sperm cell fuses with the egg to produce a diploid zygote. Okay. Yes. Whatever this is of homospore life cycles. Some of the pteridophytic plants are produced heterospores. Some pteridophytes produce two kinds of spores that is of in heterospores. One it is in uh, megaspores, sorry, microspores, and second one that is of in megaspores. Okay, the microspores are developed in microsporangia. Similarly, the megaspores are formed by the megasporangias. So, which only male gametes are produced, the megaspores. The female gametes, which only the female gametes, where that one egg is produced. Homospores pteridophytes, fertilization occurs in presence of water. Yeah. So the gametophytes of where that is of heterospores forms develop within the spores. Within the spore, that is of an endospory development. In some female, where the gametophytes are retained on the parent sporophyte for variable periods. The development of gametophyte within the resistant spore wall and its subsequent retention on sporophyte are better starting points for seed habit that is of an Endosporic gametophytes ensure where that is in embryonic development more than exosporic gametophyte, which vulnerable environmental condition and is to self-sufficient in the food supply. So this is the life cycles of in gametophyte. Okay. Yes. So next, now you see here a little bit. What is the vesicular elements of pteridophytes? Okay. So once again, life cycles. Where is the life cycles? So next, vascular elements of pteridophytes. Okay. Yes. So here one of the most okay characteristics is there. The pteridophyte in the presence of vascular systems. Vascular systems are primary axis consist soiled core, xylem surrounded by the phloems. Xylem surrounded by the phloems. The xylem meant for conduction of water. Phloem conducts food in upwards as well as downward directions. So already you know this is very easy. Xylem is made up of tracheids and occasionally vessels, where that is often Marsilia and other the Pteridine plant. Occurrence of tracheids. Okay. So what is the responsible for calling vascular plants of Tracheophyta? The basic differences between the xylem, two types of xylem elements. The tracheids and tracheids is an that is of an imperforated cell, while the end wall of the vessel elements has one of the more formations. So here this is the xylem and phloem structures. And here the xylem, the primary xylem in this type of called of exarch. Okay. So what is exarch and endorch and mesarch? Three types is there, xylem. The differentiation of the xylem produced from periphery in the center, that is often centripetal differentiations. Center part of the section, center part of it means that the first formed the xylem as it often periphery. For example, this is a stem. Here, the xylem is performed here only. Okay, so we call that is in primary xylem. We call that is in protoxylems. Primary xylem of this type of called exarch. Okay, it is often regarded as the most of primitive condition in vascular plants, where the center part of the xylem is there, center part of the section, center part of the xylem is there, that is often exarch is there. Yes, in modern seed plants, the protoxylem begins its development from the innermost of procambial cells situated near the where that is often pith. This process is a differentiated process from center towards the periphery is called that is in endorch. One it is in exarch, second one that is in endorch. Okay, so it is the most of advanced conditions. See, the xylem we are looking in only here only. This is often exarch. So xylem is coming from here to here, one, two, three places. So that is often endorch, endorch. And one more is there, that is of mesarch. So what is the meaning of mesarch? Okay. So the leaf and the stem of many ferns, the xylem conditions is called of mesarch. It means that protoxylem begins development in exarch manner, but further differentiated occurs centripetally as well as of centrifugally. Further differentiation occur centripetally as well as of centrifugally. Means so xylem is goes to other places. So this is we call that is of in mesarc. So here we are looking three types of xylems is there. So next one that is of in phloem. Next now you see here it is of in phloem. The phloem is made up of yes, the phloem is made up of sieve elements and phloem parenchyma. The sieve elements are comprises sieve cells of sieve tubes is there. The phloem is generally made up of sieve cells. So this is a structure of xylem and phloem is there. Yeah, these structure or arrangement of vascular systems varies not only among the different group of pteridophytes, but among the different ranges of the same plant. The vascular system it is a remarkable, well preserved in the where the fossil groups. So they provide important of interrelationship is also there are trends of that is of phylogeny. Okay, the secondary thickening of vascular tissues by the activity of cambium is a very rare occurrence living to the pteridophytes. So this is the uh, arrangement of xylem and phloems. And next now you see here one more important point is it that is in evolution of in sporophyte in pteridophytes. Okay, so later we'll discuss in that one. Yes, so first now you see here origin of pteridophytes. Origin of pteridophytes. So where the pteridophytes are क्या ना वीडियो बन गया वीडियो बन इधर इधर नहीं yes so next now you see here the origin of pteridophytes. So what is the origin of pteridophytes? Yes, so these are all the pteridophytes. The pteridophytes may be pteridophytes are Yes. So next, now you see we are going to discuss about the classification of an algae. Okay. So origin of bryophytes, origin of algal origin of pteridophytes. So many theories is there. Yeah. And next, now you see here evolution of sporophytes. We will discuss in the next one. Now we are going to discuss about classification of classification of in algae. Okay. Here, yes, this is the classifications. The vascular cryptograms are critically studied by various scientists and revised several times with a significant changes based on the presence of absence of seeds and earlier taxonomies placed by the vascular plants are two divisions mainly. So that is in Pteridophyta and second that is of in Spermatophyta. Okay. So the former includes Pteridophytes which do not bear seeds, while later include seed-bearing the plants like gymnosperms and angiosperms. The classification of pteridophytes widely varied with number and divisions of classes differential systems. So first now you see this is a traditional system of classifications. The pteridophytes are subdivision divided into four classes. Now you see the first one is of in Xylophytaceae, Lycopodiaceae, and next one that is of in so Equismacea. Here only two orders is there, Xylotalis and that is of in Xylophytalis. So here example only two are given here. So in the second class there is of Lycopodiaceae. Here two orders, three orders is there, and next one that is of in so there is a weak list. So here two orders is there. Whatever it may be, this is of in first classifications. And next later you see one more here is this of he classified as in tipo that is of 1942. Okay, so here only four classes is there: Xylophyta, and next one that is of Lycopsida and Spinopsida and Pteropsida. Four is there. After next one, now you see here 1953 recognized the subphyle of Trachyophyta or classes of varieties of here his name is of 1955. The Wardla evaluated the rank of such four groups of subdivisions. Okay, okay. This is all the old classifications here. Yeah. Next, now you see here this is a recent and widely accepted classifications. Okay, so you all follow only these classifications. Now, first one that is of in Psilopsida. Okay, where it is in Xylophytopsida. Okay, Sporne classifications. They're all followed in Sporne classifications. Sporne in 1975 proposed the following classifications for the vascular cryptograms. He recognized six classes in pteridophytes, Psilopsida, Xylotopsida, Lycopsida, Spinopsida, Pteropsida, and that is of in Progymnospermopsida. These systems are classification as been now you see here that is of in Psilopsida and Xylotopsida class B, and next one that is of in Spinopsida, and next one that is of in Pteropsida. Okay, yes. So here also given you see so first Xylotopsida. Here this of in Xylophytopsida, this of in Xylotopsida, and a third one that is of in Lycophyta. Okay, Lepidophyta. One, two classes is a one division. Yeah. Here all are followed only these classifications. these classifications, where it is in here, this one. Yes, so next now you see the last point is the evolution of in sporophyte. Okay, so see the evolution of sporophyte phase in the life cycle of plants marks a significant transition of the plant evolution, leading to the diversity of life forms we see today. The term of sporophyte refers to diploid generations that produce to the spores, so which are haploid cells of capable of developing into new organisms without fusing with another cells. These con contrast with the gametophyte phase, which is haploid and produce gametes, that is of the sperms and eggs. So these evolution of sporophyte has been crucial in the transition from aquatic to the terrestrial form of environments, following plants to the colonize and successfully. Yes, so first now you see here, the sporophyte are coming from the algae. How can you say then algae? So you see here, such green algae displayed predominantly gametophyte life cycles, where the main form of the plant was haploid. The sporophyte phase was either very brief or entirely absent. These early plants were mostly, that is of an aquatic plant. Okay, aquatic plant means algae, there is no sporophytic stage. Okay, so their only dominating stage in gametophytic stage. Sporophytic phase are entirely absent. You see, after the algae, so when you are coming in bryophyte, so bryophyte is also non-vesicular plants. Okay, so these here you are looking liverworts, hornworts, and moss. So where you are looking in the liverworts, see here the gametophyte and next one, that is of sporophyte. Here it is an alternation of generation is there, alternation of generations. Here the sporophyte is partially depending on gametophyte. But in spite of, the sporophyte is not a independent plant. Sporophyte plant is not independent plant. So when we are looking in the liverworts, sporophyte is depending on the gametophyte. Similarly, next point. So when you are studying in, so when you are studying in Anthoceras, their Anthoceras, the sporophyte is going to independent. The sporophytic plant body always it is produced the new plant. Okay, so we'll discuss in the next class evolution of sporophyte. Okay, what is advanced characters of sporophyte? We'll discuss in the next classes. Thank you very much.